rankings. These are the best teams in the NFL Week 5.
That is correct. He got a little odds here from Caesar Sportsbook. These odds are not Kayshawn Johnson's odds. We'll sit at number 8, though.
Number 8.
The Minnesota Vikings are 18-1 on their odds. Now, look, Minnesota
to win the Super Bowl.
To win the Super Bowl, that is correct. When you look at Minnesota, I like this football team. I like what they're capable of doing. For some reason, though, I just don't feel the Kirk Cousins love. I feel like at the end of the day, he's going to have to play a primetime game. It is going to go south.
Number 7.
Number 7, Max, you'll be happy. Last week, the New York Giants was sitting at number 9. They moved all the way up to number 7. They got 2 spots, Max.
2 spots, that's all right.
2 spots.
I didn't think they were top 9 last week.
And they're sitting at 60-1 to win it all on the odds book. So the Giants are doing well. Saquon Barkley, Daniel Jones, I think is changing a lot of people's minds in front offices to see him playing under Brian Dable and some of the things he's capable of doing. He pulled the okey doke on the Green Bay Packers with the ankle. The scouting report said the ankle was a problem. It certainly didn't look like it. A couple big runs by him.
Number 6.
Number 6, the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers are 14-1 to win it all. All people do is complain about Jimmy Garoppolo. He can't do this. He can't do that. They can't win with Jimmy G. Well, ever since he took over at quarterback, it seems like they've been winning. And I don't know how you explain that at all, but maybe Mike Tannenbaum will be able to explain it when we get him on with us shortly here. The San Francisco 49ers sit at 6.
Number 5.
Number 5 are the Baltimore Ravens, 14-1 to win it all. Now, look, the Ravens took care of business against the Cincinnati Bengals, who seem to be playing good football, and at times they just can't get out of their way. They can't protect the quarterback when they need to, and they can't seem to stop Lamar Jackson. Well, a lot of people can't stop Lamar Jackson, but also Lamar is the MVP right now, in my opinion. But many people will say based on Patrick Mahomes last night, he surpassed him. That's not the case in my eyes. The Baltimore Ravens 14-1 to win it all, sitting at 5.
Number 4.
Number 4, the team that most people hate, especially on the East Coast when it comes to the Philadelphia Eagles, the New York Giants, the Washington Commanders. I'm talking about the Dallas Cowboys. They sit at number 4 with 18-1 to win it all. And how about this for you? Cooper Rush is fighting to keep his job. We'll see what happens this week against the Philadelphia Eagles. We know that CeeDee Lamb is starting to come up, but he got to catch the ball. He can't keep fumbling Lamborghinis, Max. He's got to hold on to him. And then when you talk about running the football, they're doing their best at doing it. Defensively, we don't even need to have that conversation. We know what the defense is all about.
Number 3.
Number 3, the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills have the shortest odds to win it all. They are plus 350 to win it all. I think, though, based on the way that they've played, the way they handle business against the Pittsburgh Steelers, that they probably will win it all. Certainly will probably be in the Super Bowl. They going to see the Kansas City Chiefs, possibly see the Baltimore Ravens in the AFC Championship game. We'll see how that pans out for them.
Number 2.
Number 2, the team we saw last night, the Kansas City Chiefs, plus 650 to win it all. Now, Kansas City just needs to shore up their defense, and they usually do come playoff time. They get tighter. Defense hasn't been all that bad. Last night, though, they allowed Derek Carr and Devontae Adams to go over the top a couple times on them, but they closed it when they needed to. They won the game. I think that's all that really matters. As long as you got Patrick Mahomes, you got an opportunity and a chance. Along with, I said, Eric Bieniemy.
Number 1.
And sitting at number 1, the Philadelphia Eagles plus 700 or 7 minus 1 to win it all. Whichever one you want to call. Jalen Hurts is the man right now. As you can tell, I'm wearing his jersey. Not because I'm an Eagle fan, but I'm a Jalen Hurts fan. When you look at what he's capable of doing, he's not turning the football over at a record rate. They're running the football crazy. They're playing defense. That recipe will always put you in the Super Bowl. If you can run, if the quarterback can limit his mistakes and you can play lights-out defense, you're going to win it all. And he's certainly headed down the right track. That's my top 7, top 8 this week. It could change next week, though, Max.
These rankings are brought to you by Dell. For your small business needs, call a technologies advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. I think that's a pretty good. You know what? I would have only thing I would say is I would have the Niners higher since Jimmy G took over. I think they're legit. I would jump them over the Ravens and Cowboys. I'd put them 4th.
I ain't jumping them over no Cowboys.
I would too, though.
Yeah,
I would too. I love their defense, and DeMeco Ryans, man, what he's been able to do with that defense. The only thing about them, Emmanuel Mosley's just towards ACL. That's going to be a big loss for him.
Let's ask an
Maybe
ESPN NFL front office insider, our very own personal GM on this show, Mike Tannenbaum. Mike, what do you think of Key's real rankings?
I thought it was pretty good, but from a GM perspective, the best player out there that's going to impact his rankings is Dak Prescott. They have the best defense in captivity right now, better than your 49er defense. And when they get Dak Prescott back, I think they have a chance to go to the Super Bowl. I think they're the best team in the NFC. I think they're going to beat Philadelphia. And when you look at the AFC, I think it's a Kansas City, Buffalo coin toss. But they, to me, are the best team in the NFC. They've won 4 games in a row. Head Coach of the Year candidate Mike McCarthy, we should all get used to saying that. And to me, because of that dominant defense, when they get Dak back, they're the best team in the NFC.
Yeah, but right now, they're 1 game behind the Philadelphia Eagles. They see Philly this weekend, and that's why I said it'll change. If they take care of Philly in Philly, whether it's Dak Prescott or Cooper Rush, they can jump up. And I think they are a better defense than the San Francisco 49ers. And look.
Yeah, more explosive.
Yeah, I think when you look at it, San Francisco and DeMeco Ryans has done a tremendous job, no question about it. There's not much difference between the quarterbacks in my eye, whether Cooper Rush or Jimmy Garoppolo, because all they're asked to do is not screw it up. And if they don't screw it up, you see what you get, the results. And so we'll see what happens with Philadelphia in Dallas this week. If Dallas beats them, Dallas will certainly
Let me say one thing
up.
about the Eagles, though, Mike, that right now they might be a tad underrated by people thinking, well, really, because they lost 3/5 of their offensive line. Against Arizona, they come in down a man, and then they lose Kelsey, and all of a sudden they're playing with 2 starters on the line, so it was a close game. When that line comes back healthy, the Eagles, if you took, the Cowboys have a better defensive front, but if you averaged out the line of scrimmage, offense and defense, Eagles probably got the best one in the NFL, right? That means a lot.
Yeah, no doubt. And look, Jalen Hurts is playing great. They have a great offense line, taking nothing away from them. I'm just saying that you've won 4 games in a row. If you're Dallas and you're getting back, we could quibble, is Dak top 6, top 10? He's a really good quarterback.
Top 6 quarterback?
Dak Prescott, absolutely.
We can't quit. Top 6 quarterback?
Dak Prescott's a really good quarterback. And we talked about this yesterday. If we had 1 game to go play a game, I would take Dak Prescott over Jalen Hurts.
Not me.
Okay. Well, one of these days we're going to get Dak against Jalen. And
so one game, Mike?
How's it look better, Hurts or Dak?
Who is he throwing to, though?
No, that's fair. That is totally fair. I would take Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown, no question about it. And look, not having Amari Cooper may make the difference at the end of the day, but they do have C.D. Lamb. They do have Noah Brown has emerged for them.
C.D. Lamb got to catch the damn football, Mike.
He has to be a little bit more consistent.
Got to catch the football.
Yeah.
He's got the case of the dropsies.
Yeah, but he has the ability to be a frontline #1 receiver.
Yeah, but not if he's dropping. Like I said, when you're out there, think of it this way. You got one of them big old Bentleys out in Florida somewhere. Imagine every time they throw you one, you drop it. Like, he's got to be more consistent at catching the football, because there's going to be a pivotal point, as you know, throughout this season. At some point, they're going to depend on him, and if he drops it, it's going to cost him.
It's a Bugatti all of a sudden, right? Like at that point, you're dropping a house, not a car.
I actually like Noah Brown, though, and a lot of people got to understand why is Cooper Rush finding Noah Brown so much? When it's 2 guys that have been on the second team for so long, and they're doing things together, he's going to throw the football to who he's comfortable with. Noah Brown is a security blanket. That's why he's throwing the ball to him so much.
And Baltimore sitting at 5, the quarterback is everything, right? Lamar Jackson, he's the MVP. He's everything. Without him in that lineup, this team wouldn't even have a chance. And now look, they're sitting at 3-2. They beat a Cincinnati team that I think won 2 or 3 in a row. But he certainly has taken care of business. Now, he won this football game with just Duvernay out there at the receiver spot because Rashad Bateman did not play. Mark Andrews is the only other, I guess you could call,
he won the game because he was better than Joe Burrow. Like, he was better than
absolutely.
Joe Burrow, and so so his team won. That's what he has to do every week. Lamar's got to be better than the other quarterback, and then they can win. But he's doing everything.
He certainly is. And Minnesota's sitting. Kirk Cousins. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm surprised that you don't have Tampa over Minnesota. I mean, all it is Tom Brady and a top 5 defense.
Yeah, but they don't look right. They just don't look right yet. Don't mean that they're not sitting at 9. I don't have 9 up there. They might be at 9.
So how about this stat, guys? There's only been 27 plays so far this season that Chris Godwin, Julio Jones, and Mike Evans have been on the field together. So to me, they're another team that how can they get better if they can get healthy?
If they can get healthy, if they get they're not out of it, but they need to get healthy. They just don't. They don't look right. Something about them don't look right. Even with the top flight defense, Kansas City went in there and unleashed on them 2 weeks ago. So it's like, okay,
you know what I'd be willing
what
to
is
bet?
that?
Key, I'd be willing to bet that the reason Brady looks a little old recently is he's been going through a lot in his personal life.
I'm sure.
And the thing about it, you have O-line problems, your receivers aren't on the field, and you're going through everything he's going through. You're probably not going to look right at any age, let alone at 45. But Mike T, to your point, if you just project forward, which this list doesn't do. Key's list is talking about what's happened so far, like right now. How's it look? But projecting forward,